Now, hip rotation is something we see all the best players in the world do. It really helps them have that long and straight effortless shots that we see. But amateur golfers, when they try to emulate it, they either cannot do it at all or hit the ball absolutely terribly. And the reason why is because the understanding of hip rotation amateur golfers have got completely wrong. So all we need to do is shift your understanding to actually how the top players in the world do it. And one, it becomes far easier to do, and you'll start hitting those amazing shots straight away. And I'm going to show you a brilliant drill. One drill to get it completely. And what amateurs get wrong is they're trying to fire the hips. So they're really trying to fire those hips in the downswing, especially with their right hip. They'll be starting down and think, okay, I want to really get that right hip going. That's going to open me up. That's going to rotate me. But then they'll hit shots like that straight away, just completely off the planet. You'll see big pull shots. You'll see big sly shots can happen as well, and shank shots. So that's exactly not what we see the best players in the world do. On two fronts, you don't see them hit those type of shots, and you don't actually see them fire the hips. So what amateur golfers are misunderstanding is we're not firing the hip, and that makes you fire the right side forwards. If I'm going to really try to accelerate with those hips, I have to push forward with the right side. So what actually happens when I do that, the club is going to start to push more outwards is one scenario. Then I could get too choppy across, which is what I did there. If I do another one, you're going to see again, it's going to be really hard for me to hit that ball straight. I would have to have an incredibly open face for that to go to target. So it will fire the club outside from right hip going forward, pushes the club outwards. But you could also have, for golfers, if their upper body is in, let's say, a good sequencing in the downswing, it doesn't follow their hips. If you push that right side forward, now you can get stuck as well. So that's where that spinning out comes from. It's not golfers rotating the hips too fast, they're just rotating the hips completely wrong. Their understanding is off. So what the correct move is the left side. We want the left hip to be doing and governing the rotation in our downswing. So if we keep this right side passive and we start to move the left hip, you're going to see this unbelievably good hip rotation without really trying, because ultimately we're not trying to turn the hips, we're just trying to get the pressure into the lead side, kind of have where your belt buckle is over your left heel, and then just get that left hip moving back at the same time, like you're throwing a ball. So that's our movement, left hip going back and shifting towards the target at the same time, like you're throwing a ball. And immediately, once you get that, you start to hit the ball a hell of a lot straighter immediately. So it's this little kind of narrative shift. We're not firing the left hip, or firing the right hip, sorry. We are getting the left hip, which again, we're not firing. We're just having it sink forward and back. That's what we're doing. That's what we see all the best players in the world do. So get that left hip sinking back, because you're going to see as I do that, the club will stay on path. The arms are going to collect more in front of the body, because when I get the left hip going back, you're going to see how the right arm will just naturally fall in front, because I'm moving into flexion, not extension. So if you're an early extender, this is your issue as well. And absolutely, it just makes it so much easier to be able to do. But there's one more thing you've got to do right in your backswing to be successful with this. So the backswing is where most golfers trip up in their ability to be able to move the hips. And that's something that most golfers don't even consider, because they're thinking downswing hip rotation. They're not thinking the backswing has a big effect on it. So what most golfers do as they're coming up as the wrong move, they will not either turn their hips enough, not move the right hip deeper, or God forbid, if I had a line right here on my pelvis, you will see the hips slightly move forward. So I'll be coming back and the right hip going towards the ball. Of course, what's going to happen from there? You're going to fire the right side without even trying. So you're not going to do the move we want. So what we want to see this right hip move deeper. So it's like someone's grabbing my right trouser pocket. And as I'm moving up to the top of the swing, they're just gradually pulling it back to where it starts to go behind me. So as you're going to see here, look at the screen in front of me. See how as I turn, you're going to see more of the screen just appear that was obviously not visible behind my right glute. So now you're going to see it. So my weight isn't going onto the left leg. It's not going forward. It is still turning, but the weight's now going into more the ball of my right foot, the inside of my right foot area. So it's like someone's grabbing that right trouser pocket, pulling it back, because now it's moved it deeper. So then it becomes much easier to be able to keep this passive as in the left side starts to open up and clear. And again, that's what we see so many of the top players do. There are some exceptions, like a Colin Morikawa, like a Justin Thomas. You'll see some guys like that, but why would we try to mold our swing off of the absolute exception of the exceptions? So we want to do what the massive players do. Okay, moving that right hip back and then left hip moving down the downswing. It just gives us much more effortless hip rotation to where it didn't feel like I went at that at all, and it's gone a great distance. So there is one drill that you can do to master this. And our drill is this, an alignment stick that goes through our belt loops here. So what we're doing, we've got an equal amount on either side there. So what we're going to be able to visualize and actually physically see here is our feedback. So we can see, okay, when I'm coming back, I want the right hip to gradually get deeper, the stick to go more back behind me. I don't want immediately doing it and locking out my right leg straight away. I want it to be gradual as it happens. It's a slow movement. For quite a lot of the tour players, you'll see them not really do much in the takeaway with their lower body and then move it there. Big mistake is just doing that straight away. So that's one big gradual movement of the right side of the stick going back behind us. Now, if you're going to now move in the downswing without firing the hip, you've got to get the left side to move back. So the stick, again, we can physically see it. The stick moving back, down and around. You can see how everything falls nice in front. Where what players would do for this, that fire the right side, they'll fire the right side and absolutely clatter into the stick on the right side of their belt buckle. So it's a brilliant one. It's one there, you are moving the hips properly, you're keeping them back, you're keeping them out the way, which we see so many of the top players actually physically work on. Scotty Scheffler does this as well. And that is going to make you so you'll never get stuck and you'll be moving the hips properly in the golf swing and actually get good shots whilst you're trying to move your hips. So let's hit a few here. So you see there, oh, that was really nice. Again, that one actually felt very slightly clean, but look at the distance. So for an 8-iron, 156, which my normal 8-iron is 150 to 155. So without putting much effort in, immediately it's got some good results there. Let's hit a couple more, making sure this stick's going back and around, giving us a nice full deep hip turn, and then left stick to go back behind us. If we want any extra little thought in the downswing, we'll be making sure that belt buckle gets over the left heel, so we're still getting a weight shift element in there. So see another couple of them. So again, absolutely lovely strike. I mean, look at the distance on that one. Again, going more towards the 160 zone. Again, don't feel like I'm really hitting these at all. So again, one more. Right hip back, left hip forward and back. So forward, as I mean down towards the target, not towards a golf ball. That felt really good. So there we go, all numbers really got a lot better. The club path got better, the strike got better, ball speed, club head speed, face angle, smash factor, they all started to get better. So this gives you the totality of what the hips do in the entire golf swing, but you have to nail it in the backswing to nail in the downswing as well. So this is where, as you can see from here, so many golfers completely misunderstand how the hips work in the golf swing. And that is why a lot of players kind of come to the conclusion that you can't move the hips at all. You've got to keep them quiet. That is awful. You just got to move them properly. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. If you want more golf instruction, just like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too to be notified anytime I put out a video.